first project of today is going to be to work on our battery charger. We had the clamp end of it get the wire burnt and it ended up breaking. So I got some new ends ordered in and we're going to go ahead and get that fixed so we can charge up some of the batteries. I got a few dead ones to do. So that may be the second project here today, but we're going to go ahead and get this end put on. Okay, so looking at this, I'd already took it apart to see if I could fix it, but what had happened was some of the wires had started to get broken off, and then after that I think it started to get hot, and then it started to basically burn the wires. If you look at how black they are, you can kind of see that they're burnt, and then even like the back of it. So then after I took it apart and looked at that, I thought, well, we should probably get a new one. So I got these new ones from Zorro. And they're pretty much the same. So what we're gonna do is cut the end of this off and get some new good wire out, and then strip it back to where we can put it into the new end. And then we'll crimp it down and then we'll bolt it together. So here's the new end. So the wire, once we get it stripped back, it'll lay in there, and then we'll take these and crimp these down to hold the wire in place. And then a screw goes up through this hole here and screws it to the clamp itself. Okay, now we'll pull it back, get it in line there, and get the screw put in. Just crimp that down a little bit just to keep the wire snug in there so it's not pulling on the actual connection up inside. That way the wire don't get frayed. Okay, so that job is done. Now we can start charging some batteries. Alright, so now I'm down in the bottom of the barn where my 60 is. I think I had mentioned in the manure hauling video that my 60 didn't want to start. So I'm down here. I'm gonna take the battery out and take it up and get it charged up too. There's a bunch of battery acid on the terminals, so I got some Berkebau 2+2 I'm gonna spray on it and try to wipe some of the corrosion off before I take it up out. And then here this spring I'll have to get a bottle of Coke and get it out, dump some of that on, and then run some water down through it to get all the acid out of it so it don't eat up my battery box. This tractor's a positive ground, so I'll have to remember that when I put the battery back in. Alright, so that wraps up today's video. There wasn't a lot of content to it, but it's just a little insight to some little jobs that you have to do on the farm, or I guess you could call them chores. So maybe I'll start a little series of videos like this that'll be called farm chores or something like that. So be on the lookout for that. And that's going to be it for today.